Welcome to This Just In, a weekly news show highlighting the people and events in Newport News Public Schools, where students at many schools are making the most of their half-days by utilizing their STEM knowledge through engaging engineering design challenges. At Riverside Elementary, every student spent one of their half-days immersed in a school-wide STEM Day challenge to build a contained biosphere. But the learning experience for this challenge started days before the actual STEM Day, and the knowledge gained will benefit students for years to come. The entire project started with an idea from Principal Karen Brown, who enlisted the expertise of STEM instructional specialist Jennifer Barker to design a custom challenge for Riverside, while incorporating an inquiry-based learning structure and focusing on building scientific investigation skills. Barker collaborated with STEM lead Sincere Terry and instructional technology coach Emily Erb to organize the challenge and to ensure grade-appropriate learning skills were emphasized. Together, these three educators led a professional development session to get Riverside's teaching staff up to speed with the exact details of the STEM Day challenge, since each classroom teacher would be responsible for guiding their students on the day of the challenge. Weeks before the half-day, students in each grade spent time outside with physical education teacher Maggie Chapazzi, collecting living and non-living items from around the school. Students collected leaves, pine cones, insects, and other natural objects in bags and brought them back to their classrooms for investigation and examination at their inquiry and provocation stations. Educators also made literacy connections, using recommended books to explore different biospheres and learn scientific terms that students would use during the challenge. With a strong educational foundation built through personal research and reading, students came to school on the half-day, fully prepared to tackle Riverside's STEM Day challenge. Using recyclable materials, students worked in teams to design and construct a working mini biodome that can grow seeds through the fall and winter months. Across the school, the look and design of each biodome varied greatly, but each creation had to meet certain criteria by including living organisms and non-living objects, using two different types of seeds, and utilizing a working method for sunlight, water, and air to sustain plant growth for months. Some teachers even brought in earthworms for students to include in their constructed biosphere. When their biodomes were completed, students presented their working creations to their class while answering questions about their design choices and functionality. By transforming their half-day into an engaging STEM Day challenge, students at Riverside enjoyed a full day of learning that will fuel their scientific exploration for years to come. With only a half-day of learning, kindergartners at Marshall Early Learning Center packed their day full of STEM excitement. During the school's Kindergarten Engineering Challenge, students learned how to be a toy tester by brainstorming in teams, designing, and then constructing a prototype of their toy. By working in small groups, these young engineers were able to learn about the power of collaboration, while also developing communication and team-building skills to collectively bring their ideas together. When each team decided on a plan, they sketched their idea on paper to design a blueprint of the prototype. And finally, student teams in each classroom used COSSI building blocks to make their creations come alive. For these young students, the engineering challenge reinforced important fundamental skills, such as identifying shapes, building their motor skills, problem solving with words, and following multi-step directions. Educators visited each classroom to judge the students' creations on creativity, planning, functionality, and how well the team worked together. At the end of the challenge, every student took home a collection of their own building blocks to encourage families to enjoy creating and constructing together. The blocks were gifted by the Youth Volunteer Corps of Hampton Roads and the NNPS Instructional STEM Department. Katie Morgan, Executive Director of the Youth Volunteer Corps, was thrilled to visit Marshall during the challenge and see the joy that the students experienced while building with the kids. By holding a fun and engaging learning activity on a half day, Marshall experienced a boost in their attendance numbers since students were excited to participate in the engineering challenge with their friends. Wednesday, February 16th, is a half day for students. They will be attending in-person instruction in the morning. Then, in the afternoon, they will continue virtually with independent learning, while teachers work on professional development and planning. Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of This Just In. And check out more fun and informative videos at nnpstv.com to see the many great things happening in Newport News Public Schools. Thanks for watching.